Welcome back to Troops into Transportation, a program created by the CDL School that helps servicemen and women like yourself to get you started on a new career path in the transportation industry. So why select this career? There are some pretty good reasons for doing that. One is that it's an established industry and it's going to be serving this country for decades to come, and where major employers are hiring today. And it requires short-term training for you to become fully qualified and credentialed. With our approach, we can actually have you working within 26 to 30 days. And the career itself, it provides you with freedom, autonomy, and a great foundation on which to build your future. So if this sounds like something you'd like to pursue, let's focus a little more on the job specifications and the opportunities that exist for you as a commercial driver.
Let's start by talking about the great benefits you could obtain by starting a career in the transportation industry. Initially, as a qualified commercial driver, you can expect to earn between $40,000 and $50,000 in your first year and increase that to well over $50,000 in your second year. As soon as you get hired by one of the major carriers, you get a great schedule of benefits that include medical and dental for your family, 401k programs, and life insurance. Since many of our carriers are public companies, they give you an opportunity to get on their stock ownership program. Another great benefit is that you qualify for these companies' tuition reimbursement programs. That means that these carriers will repay you for the cost of your training. Now, we know that your GI Bill will pay for your training up front, but these companies need drivers so bad, they will actually repay you for the tuition in addition to the weekly paycheck you get. These companies are going to give individuals that prove themselves opportunities for career advancement. Now, let's focus on the job and the career path that is available by working in this industry. Working for one of these major carriers, initially, you're going to be transporting freight across the 48 states of the contiguous United States of America, or what's known as over the road. Now, you can do that as a solo driver or as a team driver. As a solo driver, you'll probably average somewhere between 2,500 and 2,800 miles per week. And as a team, you and your partner will probably average out more than 5,500 miles per week. The great thing about this industry is that it's very much based on performance income. The more miles you drive, the more money you're going to earn.
And what's good about these companies is they give you the opportunity to really reevaluate and choose your career direction with them every 6 months. You get real Plan Bs, Plan Cs, and Ds, depending on your needs. So you really have that flexibility of where you want to go within their infrastructure or within the industry, like becoming a driver trainer, owner-operator, or the ability to work in terminals, dispatch, or logistics and supply. Also, it is very important to understand that OTR does not equal deployment. Depending on where you are based in the country, you can expect to be on the road during your first 6 months for an average between 15 to 21 days. Then you're going to be off for 3 or 4 days. The country has 2 main areas in the transportation industry. Those green states tend to have less time out on the road, and the yellow states tend to have a longer time out there, just simply because of the way the freight travels around the country. For those of you that want to be based in that middle section, well, your time out there can be a lot shorter if that's what you want. Remember, the more miles you drive, the more money you earn. So if you want to have a few days in Chicago, that's great. Vegas, that's fine. Los Angeles, New York, the choice is yours. You can schedule those days with your fleet manager, your dispatch guy. You can even schedule it, let's say, to take a few days down in Florida. Bring your wife down, have a bit of time on the beach, get your next load, out you go again. But if traveling the country is not for you, you can also choose to be a regional driver or do local routes. All those sorts of options are open to you.
So what is the career path? How is this going to play out over the next 12 months? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get you pre-hired with the companies so you know you've got the job. Once we've done that, we then are going to put you through the certified training program so you can get the all-important certified CDL Class A license, your civilian credentials, and your diploma. During the program, you'll choose your employer because our objective is to get you hired with several of the major companies so you have a choice of which carrier you go to work for. Honestly, The biggest problem you should have is trying to decide which company to work for. Sometimes it comes down to the color of the truck. Once you've chosen your employer, you'll go to their headquarters and be paired up with a professional driver. Their idea of training and our idea of training are two different things. We teach you the fundamentals and the safe operation of the vehicles, as well as the knowledge you'll need to be prepared to do the job. They teach you how they actually need the job done. They don't just hand you the keys to a $200,000 rig and say, "Here, kid, get this to the port of Long Beach by Thursday, and don't hit anything." Your trainer and you will drive together as a team for around 4 to 6 weeks. And thanks to that training, you will obtain that all-important confidence, that experience you need before you can go out on your own. Once you finish that training, you'll be upgraded to driver, and then you can choose. Do you want to be a team driver or a solo driver? You can start out as a solo driver, and if you don't like it, you can switch to a team. The choice is yours. Once you've driven for the initial 4 to 6 month period over the road, you've proven yourself, delivered your freight on time, done the job well, that's when these companies are going to start to give you real career options. The first one they're going to offer you is the ability to become a driver trainer, just like the guy you drove with the initial 4 to 6 weeks. If they are planning to recruit a high number of new drivers over the coming year, they're going to need to have some really good trainers. These trainers earn between $65,000 and $90,000 a year, sitting next to new guys, just teaching them the ways of the road. But that may not be for you. If you want to own a business, all these companies will give you the ability to become what's known as a double O, or owner-operator. That means you're going to have your own business, still under the big umbrella of the main company, but it will be yours. You're going to be termed as what's known as a under-contract driver, and that's where the big money is. These guys earn between $130,000 and $160,000 a year. Although you must also consider that with this career path, you're going to have to cover all your truck and fuel expenses. So you're probably going to net 50% of your gross revenue. From there, you can grow and become what's known as a multiple truck or a fleet owner, where you've got several trucks running, all still under your own guidance, but more trucks obviously means more money for you. Even with all these career options, they don't equal a lifetime sentence driving a truck. After 4 to 6 months, you can choose to come off the road and go into operations, logistics, recruitment, safety, freight security, terminal management, and supply. Leverage your military experience into the civilian world. You may decide that you like driving, but you just don't want to drive over the road across the country. You've got a family and want to be home more often, and therefore you have the option of being a regional or local driver for these big companies.
Now you've learned a little bit more about what the job entails and all the job and growth opportunities that working in the transportation industry can give you. And if you're ready to start this great career opportunity, taking the next step is easy. You can email us at vet.info@cdlschool.com, call us toll-free at 1-800-753-4972, or send us a text to 754-444-2354.